Welcome back, everybody. Your friendly neighborhood of good, and today we are doing some tracing. Okay, so in this one, I'm gonna try to keep it to 10 minutes instead of 12 or whatever. We'll see 10 minutes, and I'll try to keep it short. Partly because I'm just at night here, and I'll have to be getting to bed at midnight, and I only have an hour left, and you know it takes time in between. I don't know if I probably showed you a little bit of what I did sometimes, but what I have to do, and I'm sure there's probably got to be an easier way to do this, but so I'm recording this on using OBS, and then what I have to do. Um, Sometimes I can just ramrod them and then I come back and do the renaming afterwards. But if you notice here, there's update 357 and the name is update 357. So usually I go into properties, then I rename this update to whatever the number is, and I do that also in the title property, the meta tag or whatever, and then I hit OK, and then right now I'm using a program called Screenshot Capture. Here, let's restore the main window. If you notice here, it's numbered, and they got a numbering scheme. And then what I do is it's got a way to put like little arrows and these little boxes like this. And so basically, I'll bring it in, I'll hit fit, and then I'll do the thing here, add the text, mess with the transparency a little bit, mess with the size and the positioning, and then I'll hit save. And I do this for every screenshot, and there's a keys control print screen, which captures a selected region or area or size, which in this case is 1280 by 720 because I guess YouTube thumbnails uses 720p. So, and sometimes if I want to crop something out, or if I want to change how it looks, maybe I want the whole screen so that I can just go crop something out later, or resize it or whatever, I do that in here. So I'm doing that. Close. That's already closing. Then I do that, and then I go into here, and these are the descriptions and titles along with the date and the time, so that I know which time goes to what update. But then I write this in here based on what what I just did, or sometimes while I'm doing it, I'll do that. So when I get done with the deal, like I said, I'll do the screenshot, I'll do the renaming, I'll write those description, little title here, and then when I go to upload them, I have to upload them. I have to set the schedule date for each of these, and then I have to upload the custom thumbnail, and then I have to copy over the titles, and I have to copy over the descriptions. And as you can tell, it takes quite some time. So sometimes I'm gonna try to keep my deals shorter. If I do 10 minutes a piece, yeah, it's only 40 minutes total, but 10 minutes means kind of a quicker turnaround. In an hour, even though I say 12 minutes, sometimes it can go longer. And even when I do the 12 minutes, there's 3 minutes, so sometimes 3 minutes isn't enough to do everything. And so I end up going like over an hour. It should be less than an hour. Like I should have 12 minutes, but somehow the minutes end up melting like ice. So and this just takes a lot, and that's the reason why I record these as though I were streaming it live, because I don't have to edit with this. Right now I'm just recording. I'm not streaming, right? And also, if I'm just recording, then if there's an error, if there's some sort of problem, I can edit it out later. I can change it or whatever if I want to. I've been kind of thinking about doing fully edited, polished videos. However, that will take a ton of time to do that, especially on doing 4 videos a day, um, or more if I wanted to do more. Because now I'd have like a saved like template, like it would have my deal, and all I'd have to do is replace the actual inside video. But if I'm editing, if I like time lapse stuff, I'm working on something, like I'm working on a character and I just draw it and I just record the whole thing, and then you know, and then if I edit it and I edit it down to 12 to 15 minutes, then that could take a ton longer than 12 to 15 minutes. That's going to take me, sometimes it might take hours, right? I might end up drawing a character and I time lapse it, so I record all the character drawing, and it takes several hours, and then I have to edit. I have to go in there and either speed up some of it or cut out parts of it, and I have to put pieces together, and then editing is a big job, right? Which takes away time from me making a game. Now, if I was like any other person out there, they're doing it just for the game, which is smart, I guess. But I wanted to take the pressure off the game, off of having to finish the game, like like hurrying up and like cramming all that stuff, right? So it would just be kind of a pain in the butt, what it means is it'd be less content. You'd have less videos, which might be a good thing, depending. Um, you know, so it might only then be once a day, like it was in the beginning, and it not only might it be once a day, it might also possibly be once a week or 2 or 3 times a week or whatever, because I have to do the editing, right? And it's not quite as big of a deal, but then what I have to do is I have to say, okay, I have to spend a certain amount of time editing and then a certain amount of time actually making my game, in which case during the day. So really what you're talking about is you're talking about a lot of extra work for it's like if I focus on my YouTube channel as like other YouTubers do as a YouTube channel, I would be spending my time doing this like this polished finished stuff, right? It'd be all edited, and I probably wouldn't even use OBS. I'd just well, I might still use OBS, right, for the webcam portion of it, but then I go and edit it in an editor, probably Blender editor VSE, and so either I focus on my YouTube channel, right, and try to get viewers and stuff by flashy titles and cool thumbnails and concise videos, or I spend my time working on my game, showing you the process from start to finish, including everything, including all the boring parts in between, so you know how that works. And I'm still preferring to do the thing about showing you how it all works from the boring to the not so boring. And I like doing it better this way. It's in real time. Obviously I have to break, and obviously, like I said, it takes time to upload. And that's the other thing. I would have the overhead of actually having to still do the same stuff that I do, like doing the screenshots, and in fact spending more time building nice looking thumbnails. So I'd have to spend the time doing all that, and that would take extra time. Just doing what I do now, that takes less time. So this is still the way to go about it. I just wish I had like an easier, quicker way of like doing stuff, like the descriptions and stuff, right? I don't know. I mean, it would have to be. It's like if I was pre-doing them and I had like a plan, like I was saying, okay, in this video we're going to design a character from start to scratch, and what I do is I go through a process of drawing the character, and then like I'll time lapse some of it, and then I'll explain a little bit about it, and I'll edit it down to a usable length, and then um, the this would be kind of easier because then I would have an idea of what I was going to get done in the video. Doing it this way is I have to just basically tell you what I'm doing after the fact, not before the fact. So anyways, I meant to actually get to some work actually looking up some of this tracing stuff, but I guess I wasn't very successful. So but thanks for watching, thanks for bearing with me, and I will see you in the next video.